New developments this morning on the deaths of two children who were stabbed and decapitated, allegedly by their father in Lancaster last year. Now the mother is also under arrest as well. The LA County Sheriff's Department says 44-year-old Natalie Brothwell was arrested at her Tucson, Arizona home on Tuesday. She will be extradited to face murder and child endangerment charges. The father, 35-year-old Maurice Taylor Sr., was arrested in December for killing his two oldest children, then showing their decapitated bodies to his two youngest children, who were forced to stay in their bedrooms for days without food.
This is a gruesome story.
Well, let's okay. That is all. So you said that the husband killed the two older children and then showed the pictures of their bodies to the younger ones and made them sleep in there. Yeah, that's a demon right there. That's a demon. But let's get over into this most recent one that came out that says they're sentenced to life.
Two Lancaster parents have been sentenced to life in prison for the brutal murders of their children.
And those details are disturbing. Investigators say they decapitated their kids and then forced their younger kids to look at their bodies. Eyewitness News reporter Leo Stallworth is live in Lancaster with all the details, plus how a family friend is reacting to all of this. Leo.
Well, I'm shaking my head because just hearing you talk about what happened here, the level of evil surrounding this particular story, in my humble opinion, would even make Satan shiver. And the judge, when she handed down the sentence in an Antelope Valley courtroom here this morning, she was visibly outraged. As for the family friend, folks, there aren't any words. There are no words. You have no words to wrap your arms around this level of horror.
I don't think anyone does. How? How do you put into words that two children were beheaded?
40-year-old Maurice Taylor Sr. and 44-year-old Natalie Brothwell, both convicted of the unspeakable, horrendous murders of their 12-year-old son and 13-year-old daughter at a home in the 45,000 block of Century Circle in Lancaster in 2020.
Let's back it up to look at the children just a little bit, because you got to be one sick. Y'all, the couple has to be sick. There's something that truly demons. You decapitate your two children, 12 and 13, and then show the pictures to your younger children? What possesses a monster to do that? I've said this before, there are monsters who walk among us. Doing this to their own children.
In the 45,000 block of Century Circle, 12-year-old son and 13-year-old daughter at a home in the 45,000 block of Century Circle in Lancaster in 2020. The parents also convicted of child endangerment, forcing their 8 and 9-year-old sons to view the mangled bodies of their deceased siblings. As the judge handed down the sentence to both parents, life behind bars, no parole, she basically told them what they did was absolutely despicable.
This stays with all of us. This is never going to wash off. I don't care how long you two have been doing this. This will never wash off.
Ellen seen her in a picture with her friend Natalie, saying she can't fathom why Natalie was complicit in her own children's vicious murders. She adds Natalie and the children's father had a violent relationship for years, and she begged her friend to leave, but she refused.
She was doing what we were raised to believe. You stand by your man, you have a family, and you raise your children.
Ellen reading a letter she wrote to her friend Natalie on camera.
Natalie, I forgive you. I forgive you for believing in a system that should have protected you. I forgive you for believing in a religion that told you to stay.
And the judge in the courtroom allowed the mother to say a few words in court before handing down her sentence. And the mother basically looked at the judge in tears and said, "I miss my children. I love my children." The judge did not flinch and handed down the harshest penalty she could under the law.
Yes, I'm a 100% agreement. Now, should she have left? Yes, if he's abusive, I don't care what your religion says. I don't care what the law. If someone is abusing you in your relationship, leave. If someone is abusing your kids, leave. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But once you stay and you are complicit into this, complicit in your 2 children getting murdered and your other 2 children traumatized beyond I traumatized, you got to be held responsible just like him. Just like him. This is a crazy situation, but let's get over into the AI breakdown to see if we can learn any more about this horrible, horrible situation. Let's get into it. So, as we know, on February 2nd, a California couple was sentenced to consecutive life terms in prison without the possibility of parole for a 2020 stabbing and decapitation of their 2 children. So, we got the Maurice Taylor Sr. and Natalie were each sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms plus an additional 6 years, making sure they die in prison. So the couple's eldest children, 13-year-old Malachi and 12-year-old Maurice Jr., Micaiah, I might be saying the names wrong, I'm sorry, were killed inside their Lancaster home on November 29th, 2020. Prosecutors stated that the parents forced their 2 younger sons, 8 and 9 at the time, to view their siblings' remains and remain confined in their rooms without food for several days. So some people should not be parents. It's a tragic. The bodies were discovered 5 days later by firefighters responding to a reported gas leak. So in November 2025, a jury found both parents guilty of first-degree murder and child abuse. The judge, Lisa, a great judge, described these acts as monstrous and noted a complete lack of remorse from the defendants. Currently status, so a 10-year protective order was issued to ensure the safety of the 2 surviving children. Wow. These are some sick individuals, and there are some crazy people in this world. Wow. I wonder, this is a terrible thing, but I am happy with the sentencing. Life without the possibility of parole. This is the message you need to send to scumbags like this. Scumbags like this who do something so horrendous to their own children and then traumatize more. This is crazy. Let's see why. Let's see, the mother come. Who killed? Yeah, who killed the kids? Who killed the kids? I'm assuming it's the father. That's what they said. The children were killed by their parents, so they just say that both parents were convicted and sentenced to the crime. So defense claims. So during the trial, so this is the mother's defense, argued that she was innocent and that she had tried to save the children while the mother blamed Taylor entirely. However, the judge rejected these claims, citing a complete lack of evidence for remorse or accountability from either parent. Absolutely crazy situation. Yeah, you cannot let them see their children. The 8 and 9 children at the time, yeah, there's no way that they should have been. They can see them again. But if they want to go visit them in prison and ask them questions, that's fine. But they gonna need some therapy. They gonna need some therapy. But let me know your thoughts on this whole situation, y'all. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. The world is a crazy place, and some people do not look after their kids. Some people don't care if their kids live or die. It can be a horrible world sometimes. But like I said, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts.